All right, Shalom Yashala, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakak Wadash Barakatham. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, who's pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquath who's out there listening. Now, what I have here on the screen is I'm pretty sure if you know you Akyam and Aquath haven't heard the lobster diver who hasn't I'm sorry who was recently swallowed up by a back whale. Okay. And it just further proves just, man, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is real, man. For years, even before coming into the truth, you hear the we knew of the, Jonah and the well, and then especially when you did come into the truth, when Jake was no longer involved in church or never like really believed in Yahweh Bashim Yasha anyways, like, man, y'all believe that? Y'all believe a whale swallowed a man? Or they trying to have, or they tried to have scientific facts. I know where some Akyam may know where I'm going with that. With who's that? What's his name? Polite, brother No Light. Trying to say a whale can swallow nothing bigger than an orange. Not according to Yahweh Bashim Yasha. And and even with this ordeal, not according to Yahweh Bashim Yasha. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this excerpt of this video play, man, and the man himself is going to tell you who this happened to, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. Bear with me, Baba Kusha.
A Massachusetts lobsterman says he is lucky to survive an animal encounter in the open sea. He says it happened Friday morning near Provincetown on Cape Cod. Tom Hansen is here with the details. Tom, what is all this talk about? A whale of a tale.
Yeah, it's quite a crazy story, Michelle. Well, Michael Packard has been making a living for years diving for lobsters off the coast of Cape Cod, but on Friday, for a few seconds, he says he almost became the prey when he ended up inside the jaws of a humpback whale.
All of a sudden, I just felt this huge bump, and everything went dark, and I could sense that I was moving.
Veteran lobster diver Michael Packard was hoping to make a catch yesterday, but he says he almost ended up on the menu for a medium-sized humpback whale.
And I thought to myself, okay, this is it. I'm gonna die.
For 30 terrifying seconds, Packard says he was trapped in the whale's mouth.
And then all of a sudden, he went up to the surface and just erupted and started shaking his head. And I just got thrown in the air and landed in the water, and I was free.
The whale does not want a human dessert.
Dr. Ian Kerr is a marine biologist at the Ocean Alliance. He's been studying whales in Cape Cod for more than a decade.
I've been in this business 30 years, and this is the second time I've heard of it happening. This area down by Provincetown is a highly productive area, which is why the fishermen are there, the lobstermen are there, it's why the whales are there. Basically, he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Kerr says humpbacks, which can grow anywhere from 25 to 40 tons, are gentle giants that pose no threat to humans.
How lucky is the diver to make it out of the situation alive?
I think he was very lucky. I think he's very lucky. It could have been a nasty situation, but I am sure the whale was almost as freaked out as Michael was.
Bruised and battered, but happy to live and tell the tale.
As soon as I'm healed up, I'll be back in the water.
Not exactly the choice I would make. Now, we asked Dr. Kerr if he finds anything fishy about Packard's story. He tells us that as humans spend more and more time in the ocean for commerce and pleasure, encounters with sea life will happen with more frequency. Dana?
I like the use of fishy there. Yeah, I do. We were saying, maybe he opened his mouth. And he floated it.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. We were off the coast of Provincetown, P-Town, just this week. looking for whales for a story, an upcoming story we have. There are a lot of whales there right now. Humpbacks, fins, minkies.
You didn't get swallowed. That's all I'm saying. You would be a tasty bite. But I have to say, the inside of a whale's mouth, that's what I want to know about.
And where they can know about it is where? The scriptures, man. You know, the scriptures. Okay. You know, people disregard Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua because, you know, that's something that's that Satan has taught this place to do, man. You know, you guys still believe in a book that was wrote by men first and foremost, who were inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. Yeah, we still believe in this old book, okay, and it further proves, okay, because Salakia, that marine biologist said this is the second time you heard it. It actually should have been the third time, because there was another time too, a couple of years back, that another man had been swallowed by a whale. Okay, that actually should have been the third time, is what he should have said. Okay, and in the book of Jonah 1, Jonah was ordained to go to Nineveh and go preach, but he fled. He got on the ship. You know, I just want to summarize, because I'm gonna get to the point in verse 17 and then jump to chapter 2. But he was trying to flee and get out of doing the work, you know, and go preach in Nineveh. Okay, so the Lord, like, all right, bet. So pretty much the Lord, Salakia, yeah. So the Lord started the ship was pretty much was shipwrecked. Okay, and everything started, you know, going left, because, you know, Jonah had got on the ship when she was supposed to be preaching in Nineveh. But the Lord, like, all right, bet, you trying to flee. Okay. Matter of fact, Salakia. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read a couple of verses, then I'll jump down to the point, then I'll jump to chapter 2. This is Jonah chapter 1, verse 1. Now the word of Yahweh came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before thee, up before me. Verse 3. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of Yahweh, and went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of Yahweh. So Jonah was trying to get out of doing the work. Like, nah, man, I'm gonna pay some bread, you know, to But we all know how that always ends up, man. You can't flee from Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. And this is actually a great great read, you know, for you Akim and Akwath. Verse 4. But Yahweh sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. Verse 5. Then the mariners were afraid, and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth their wares that were in the ship into the sea, to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down the sides of the ship, and he lay, and he was fast asleep. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll continue reading. Verse 6. So the shipmaster came unto him, and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy power, if so be it that thy power will think upon us, that we perish not. You know, the other guys didn't want to die, man. You know, the mariners, you know, all those aboard didn't want to perish because they're like, man, what like what's, you know, to come of this, you know? Verse 7. And they said, every one to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. Then they said unto him, tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us. And the evil, what? The bad time. They were in a bad time. You know, they were in a terrible position. What is thine occupation, and whence comest thou? What is thy country, and of what people art thou? Verse 9. And he said unto them, I am a Hebrew, and I fear Yahweh, the power of heaven, which hath made the sea and thy dry land. Verse 10. Then were the men exceedingly afraid, and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of Yahweh, because he had told them. Okay, so he told them, hey, you know, I'm trying to, you know, get out of the presence of the Most High. Now they like, man, I'm like, bro, why you do that, bro? Why didn't you go on the journey you supposed to? Verse 11. Then they said unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may become unto us? For the sea wrought and was tempestuous. Verse 12. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea. So shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. So he knew that, you know, the reasoning behind the whole shipwreck and everything wasn't, you know, going according to plan was because of the Most High's doing this, man. It was, you know, which shows you, man, the Most High is in control. You know, you can't manipulate a situation, man. The Most High is in control all the time. You dig? So even with him getting fair and getting on that ship, you know, the Lord wasn't gonna have it, you know. Verse 12. Oh, Salakia, verse 13. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land, but they could not, for the sea wrought and was tempestuous against them. Wherefore they cried unto Yahweh and said, we beseech thee, O Yahweh, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, for thou, O Yahweh, hast done as it pleased thee. You know, they was, you know, praying, you know, they was crying unto Yahweh, like, man, like, please don't let us be, like it said earlier up in the verses, don't let us perish due to Jonah out here not, you know, doing what you told him to do and him trying to flee. Verse 15. So they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Okay. So that was a sacrifice made. Like, bro, you got to get off this ship, bro. This is not it. This is nah, bro. We got to be punished because you not doing what you're supposed to do. Nah, bro. So they did what they had to do, and that was all the spirit of the Lord, man. Okay. Verse 16. Then the men feared Yahweh exceedingly and offered a sacrifice unto Yahweh and made vows. Woo. Hey, Jonah was presented as a sacrifice in all honesty, because he was they threw him into the sea. Okay. They threw him into the sea, and they made a vow to the Most High. Okay. And also that put fear into those men too. Okay. You know, when that clip I just posted, I just played, I should say, the guy kind of, he he could, hey, he could be a Jake, or he could be an Edomite. Who knows, right? But he kind of had that look like, man, like, he pretty much had it in his mind. This is how I was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of had like a reverence, a reverence. He didn't have like a proud look. So that was, that was kind of cool. Not having a proud look, because that's a heavy thing, man. This is verse 17, Salakia. Now Yahweh had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. Sounds pretty familiar, right? I'll reread that again. Verse 17. Now Yahweh had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. And see, that's the interesting thing, man, because people will sit there, we understand, we we gonna look crazy out there, but see, that's the beautiful thing, man. From the apostles and elders on down, man, we understand what times we in, man. From the days of Noah, days of, hey, from the examples of Jonah to now, here in 2021. Everybody's big thing. Y'all reading something from over 2,500 years ago, 3,000 years ago. Hey, but it still happened, didn't it? And it's guess what? While you sitting there drinking your cup of coffee, eating your bowl of grits or whatever you eating, guess what came up on the screen? A man being swallowed by a whale. A man at the coast, at sea, being swallowed up by the whale. Just a prime example. Like, man, that is, bro, that lets you know, man, these script, bro, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is what that is, man. Okay. This is Jonah chapter 2, starting in verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his power out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto Yahweh, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. For thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. So he's in the, he's in the belly of, this whale, crying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Hey. And that was just a prime example. And this is more so a prime example. Hey, we're crying in this belly of hell too. We're crying in this belly of hell, man. That's why, Jonah is a prime example. Who else? Jeremiah. We're in the belly of hell. So basically, we're to do the order that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has set up. This is another prime example. You're supposed to get your ass up and preach, man. Get out and preach. This is verse 3. For thou hast cast me into the deep, into the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. Verse 4. Then I said, I am cast out of the sight, yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. It was a wake-up call. I was like, man, yeah, I was tripping. I was tripping. Like, I was tripping. And that's what he's saying. Like, so it's really like this is really like a moment of truth, a moment of reflection, and at the same time hoping to be redeemed. Like, all right, I gotta get it. I gotta get it together. I gotta get out there one time. Verse 5. The waters compassed me about, even to the soul. The depth closed me around about. The weeds were wrapped around my head. So you got, you're in the belly of a whale. So, it's water's coming in and out, seaweeds, right? Around Jake's head, and it's just, I know he was like, man, I know he's feeling like, man, it wasn't even worth it. I should have went out and preached, but it took the Most High to cast Jonah into the sea and be swallowed up by a well to like, bro, you got to go out and preach, bro. You got to get out there one time. Hey, and get the blood off your hands. Okay. Verse 6, I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. The earth with her bars was about me forever. Yet hast thou brought up my life from corruption, O Yahweh, my power. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered Yahweh, and my prayer came unto thee into thine holy temple. Okay? It means his prayers are being heard. Okay? Because if you go back to chapter 1, those mariners, those men who were on there with Jonah, what they do? They cried unto the Yahweh. And it was, hey, they sacrificed Jonah. Hey, the Lord calmed the seas for them. They were straight. Another example of prayers being heard. It's a lot of meat in here, just different examples. It's layered, there's levels to it. Salakia. Verse 8. They that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy. Man. Verse 9. But I will sacrifice unto thee with the voice of thanksgiving. Okay. I'll read verse 8 again. They that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy. Just being engulfed in BS and not doing what's important, man. What was important? To go out and preach, to observe Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai, man. Not emptiness just to please your flesh or to get away or try to get away from doing the work, man. Being engulfed and just like, well, nah, Most High wasn't having that. Most High Jonah's a prime example, man. I'm glad this story, that just touched CBS, from that cat who got swallowed up, Everybody trying to make wow, that's so bizarre. Not according to Yahweh Hashem Yashah, it's not. Back in verse 9. But I will sacrifice unto thee with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that I have vowed. Salvation is of Yahweh. Verse 10. And Yahweh spake unto the fish, and it vomited out Jonah upon the dry land. And it's a particular part of that. It's another clip, actually. Well, it's a little excerpt out of that video that he said, man, he spit me out. Because what it was that, like they was explaining in that video, that whale doesn't eat humans, It says what, is pretty much, for one, it's like a creature of the sea. So it's chilling. So when it realized like, ugh, I don't eat humans, it spit him out. Okay. Just like it did to that lobster diver or whatever, it did to Jonah, As a matter of fact, that was so beautiful, man, because it further proves, let me see. This is Romans chapter 3, verse 4. God forbid ye, Salakia, the Most High forbid ye that the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. I want to get that because it's evident, man. Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai is truth, man. Okay. Let the powers be true. Let the Most High be true, man. People sit there and try to dissect Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai, the Bible. Oh, it happened. Like, nah, bro, y'all ain't got it, bro. And the Lord, and it further proves the Lord's word is going to stand, man. The Lord's word and examples are going to stand. Okay, not by some degree, not some way that you feel or had a you know, seem so surprised on these news stations. Y'all know what it is, man. You know, it's just that, you know, this place is so corrupt. You know, no one wants to give credence to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua. And that's perfectly fine, because the Most High is controlling everything anyway. The Most High has the first laugh and the last laugh. Point blank, period. You know, I just wanted to get that, man. That was a Yapa. That was a Yapa example of the truth, you know, being highlighted, man. That was just another example of the truth being highlighted. That's, you know, for the naysayers. Oh, that was written 2,500, 3,000 years ago. You still reading that? Yep. Just like you watching CBS in the morning. Guess what? That happened. Okay. In matter of fact, Salaki, I'm tripping. Let me get this and then I'll close out. Salaki, I didn't intend for it to be this long, but, you know, on the road with the spirit. Bury me, Baba Kosha. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. There is no new thing under the sun, man. Okay? No new thing. Okay? I'll read verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. See, I sitting there having, they at work, they do what they're supposed to do. You know, like, wow, it's just like, yeah, Jonah. You know, I don't care how these archaeologists and marine biologists want to break things down. They know, like, look, this goes back to the scriptures, man. You know, because if I'm not mistaken, that marine biologist, I think he was talking about, it was another event a couple of years back. Another man was swallowed up by a whale. So this, to him, may have been the second account, but he should have said, you know, of course, the most famous account is what? Jonah, you know. But that's all I have on this. Abaratazah, this is edifying for the Akyam and Akwath out there. Once again, call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakak Wadash Barakatham. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwath out there listening. Shalom.